So now we can move on to section B, and the first question in section B is question 2, and it says read this section of program code that should input 10 positive numbers and then output the smallest number input. And then there's some pseudocode here, and there are 4 errors in the code. Locate these errors and suggest a corrected piece of code for each error. So the first thing we've got is we're finding 10 positive numbers and we're outputting the smallest number. So we're basically finding the smallest number. And first of all, I can see that this here, small, line 1, small equals 0. Well, if we have small set to be equal to 0 when we run this, then 0 is always going to be the smallest number because we're finding positive numbers, so anything greater than 0. So we need to set that to be a high value, something like 9999. So we would say line 1, and it should be a large number, and then we just say small. We have to put what we would correct, so small equals 0. Sorry, not 0. Not 0, it should be 9999. There we are. So then we look down, we've got a counter here, then we've got a repeat until in our code. So we're repeating until the counter is less than 10. So that's incorrect. That should be greater than 10. It should be greater than 10, or it should be greater than or equal to 10 actually. So that's our line 8 is our second error. Should be until counter is greater than or equal to 10. The next error I can see is on line 6. So that has, no, sorry, line 7. So line 7 has print small. So we're printing out the smallest number that we've found, but we're doing it inside our loop. And actually that's not quite right, because why would we want to print the smallest number as we go? It's inefficient. We only want to print that at the end. So we need to move that line of code. We need to swap line 7 and 8 basically. So we need to swap line 7 and 8 because print small should be outside the loop. So there's one more error, and I'm guessing that's probably line 5 because that's the one that's doing something interesting. So yeah, I can see there is an error. So it says if the number that we've input is less than small, then the number equals to small. So the logic here, that's correct. So if the number that we've input is smaller than the smallest number, then we're going to do something. But this should be the other way around. We should be setting small, not setting num. So we can say line 5 should be small equals num. So that's all our errors.